there are so many applications that users have access to. I mean, lots and lots of web applications and other kind of applications, right? For example, I'm showing over here an HR application. In here, I can apply for a leave in this case. Aside from this type of HR application, if I go over here to, if you're a Microsoft 365 customer, there's so many applications there that I have access to. So of all these applications that I have access to, and I know things are changing all the time, things that are not in my company's control, which are happening from Microsoft, and then other applications like this one, HR leave management or other application, which my company is controlling, but so many product updates. How do I train my end users effectively? That's the main question, right? So to answer this question, what I want to do is show some of the things that big companies like Salesforce, Bank of America, American Express, and many, many more are doing. I've collected lots of different examples like this over here. For example, here we go. Inline help icon, showing you the information you need to know in time. That's what this is, right? Inline help icon. Let me show you a few more. This is Bank of America showing the inline help icon right there. And I'll go over here. This is Dynamics 365 showing an inline help icon. So inline help icons, quite a bit used out there. You just go and click on this small icon to understand what the element is on the page, right? We've all done it on web pages. Let me show you another example. So how about splash screens? Splash screens that come up letting us know, for example, if this is an American Express giving, hey, here's some capital terms available to you that you can access. Or in this case, what is this one? This is in Azure, Microsoft Azure, telling me there's an Azure recommendation you should know about, and you can view your recommendation. So this kind of communication or training or help is happening in context to me while I'm in the application. And I'm a big believer of that. I think that's how it should be communicated. Any kind of information, training, alert, all that stuff should be communicated in that way. Let's look through one more thing. Walkthroughs that have become very popular in the last few years as well, where it shows and points to a specific place on the page, letting me know that's what this is about, right? So when I'm navigating from page to page, in this case is HubSpot showing that, for example, it's telling me there are some new features available. Check that out. So I don't have to go looking for that information. The information comes to me right there where I am, right? Power Apps in this case, Microsoft Forms, all different kinds of things like that. They're available. So let me show you some very specific example within some applications so you can see it in action as well. All right, so I'm going to go back to right here. We started out with this application, and if you notice over here, there are certain things that I've put here on the page to demonstrate the type of things that can be done. If I'm new to leave management in my company and I want to understand this better, there's this icon right there, right? It's the inline help icon. If I click on this, it tells me, well, here's what the leave management screen is all about. Now, this was not there by default. This icon and this information was put there by a contextual system that I'm using, okay? Contextual microlearning system. Same thing over here. If I go to leave and there's an icon here, this time it's colored, I click on this, giving me information about the leave process here. Once again, letting me know, here's what you need to do about the leave process, the best ways to set up a leave. So things like these are not always available within an application. You can put them on top of the application, like the one that I'm showing over here, a custom web application, an HR application in this case, but also other applications like, let's go here, for example. This is an intranet. This is an intranet based on SharePoint for a company. If I wanted to put additional information on here, for example, when I first come here as a user, there's just too much going on. I put a intranet tour button. This was also using the same contextual microlearning system. I'm using VisualSP in this case, but obviously any contextual microlearning system can be used to make this happen. If I click on this as a user, an intranet tour starts up, letting me know, all right, let me guide you through the interfaces over here. This is the intranet. Next, this is the site header, and you can customize the information if you wanted to. By clicking on this, the user can see how they can customize this information, customize the logo. Next, here's some information, news from the company coming in. Next, here are where your recent documents are. So it's guiding me, letting me know what this intranet can do for me. And it's happening directly in context. That's why it's contextual microlearning. Another example, OneDrive. OneDrive has taken on the world, right? Dropbox was the big thing. OneDrive is the next new big thing right now for the last many years for Microsoft. So when I go to OneDrive for the first time, why not have a splash screen like this that comes up letting me know, here's a quick reference of what you can do in OneDrive. This just comes up automatically in this case. I can pop this out. I can have it available to me as I go from place to place, right? So I can see it side by side as to what OneDrive is all about. And here we go. Then I get to use it. So this is some of the examples of what you can do when you have so many different applications you need to train your people on. The end user training, especially in agile and in scrum environments that we live in right now, it just cannot be done in a traditional way. We just send people to all these different courses. Now, courses are all good and well. You can send them to courses like that, learning courses, but honestly, if you provide the help that they need contextually within their own environment where they are right there, that has a much bigger impact than doing it somewhere else like this over here. So hopefully that's helpful.